Recording. So here we go. First of all, let's talk about the Common Core because this does have a Common Core. It's F for functions and LE for linear functions, okay? And that's what we're doing is linear functions, straight lines, linear straight lines. So it says construct linear functions. And that's exactly what we want to do today, okay? 2, 13, 17, all right? Okay. All right, so find the equation line. Now, whenever you see this word, really, I'm going to highlight, find the equation line, okay? There are two ways to do it, okay? You're going to think of one of two equations. One, this one's called my point slope formula, and we talked about that on Friday. That's the point slope formula. And the one you're really familiar with, that you're really good at, is the other one, which is the y equals mx plus b. And that's called the slope-intercept formula. I'm going to use the point slope formula most of the time today. It might be a little bit new to you, but it's just one more formula that works, okay? So how does it work? Point slope. So if I take a look at example 1, what do I have? I've got a point and a slope, right? I mean, I have a point and a slope. So because I have a point slope, let's use this point slope formula, okay? Now when we finally get an answer, just like our warm-ups, when we had to graph these, we finally get an answer, we have to have y's and x's, right? Finally get an answer, we've got to have y's and x's. So if I look at this formula, it has y's and x's, which we need to have a formula, okay? But it also has this y1 and this x1. That comes from the point. So every point has an x and a y. This is going to be x1, y1. And every equation needs to have a slope. And my slope is 2/3, and that's the symbol m. Okay, m represents slope. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use my formula. I'll put the 12 in for the y1. I'll put the 6 in for the x1, and I'll put the 2/3 in for the m. And I'll leave y and x because I need an equation. So here we go. I'm going to go y minus 12 because I put the 12 in for the y1 equals 2/3 parentheses, put the 2/3 in for the m, x minus, I'm going to put 6 right here because the x1 goes in for the 6, okay? So I just put in the y1, the 12, I put in the x1, the 6, and I put in the m, the 2/3. Okay, thumbs up. Okay, I'm just plugging the numbers into the formula. That's all I'm doing. Now we can simplify this. I can distribute, go that times that, and that times that. Bring down the y minus 12. Bring down the equal sign, and I'll distribute. 2/3 times x is a 2/3 x, and then, you ready? 2 times 6 is 12, divided by 3 is 4. And we're going to do it again. 2 times 6 is 12, divided by 3 is 4. Everybody see that? So I get 4, okay? 2/3 of 6 is 4, okay? Last step, let's just go plus 12, and I get y equals a 2/3 x plus 8. Okay, now, because I'm one of those teachers that wants you to not only to know that we have an answer, but what does the answer mean? Let's draw a picture. What do we just do? Big deal. What's this mean? It means nothing unless you can take a look at it, okay? So here's the original question. If I go to 6, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 12 might be up here, right? I actually drew a line through 6, 12 with a slope of 2/3. That line has that equation. Okay, so if we were to graph it, we could have graphed the point at 6, 12, slope at 2/3, we wound up with this line right here. The equation of that line is 2/3 x plus 8. All right, example 2, same type of question. It's just practicing it one more time. Our equation of a line is our y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. I'm going to use this formula because I have a point and a slope. If I have a point and a slope, let's use the point slope formula, right? So every point has an x and y value. This is my x1, my y1. Remember doing this in geometry?
Yeah.
Okay. And I have a slope of 1/2. So now the 1/2 is the m. I'll put the 1/2 right there. I'll put the 4 in for the y1. I'll put the 2 in for the x1, right? So let's just fill it in. I'll go y minus 4 equals 1/2 x minus 2. How am I doing? Okay, that later. Bring down the y minus 4, and I'll distribute 1/2 times x. Half of negative 2, so I'll get a 1/2 x minus 1. Half of 2 is 1, right? Half of 2 is 1. Okay, now I'm almost done. Let's just add the 4 plus 4 plus 4, right? And I'll get a y equals a 1/2 x plus 3. Again, I always like to know what the heck did I just do. Let's take a look at it and see what I did. So technically I had a point at 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I have a point here and a slope of 1/2. So I could draw in that line, but what's the equation of that line? It's a 1/2 x plus 3. What did I find? I found a line that went through 2, 4 with a slope of 1/2. There it is. Okay, now example 3. Even though they're decimals, we can still do it. Now I'm going to use my calculator. Like I know that Jackson's using his calculator. Of course he is, right? So I'm going to use the same formula. I go my y minus my y1 equals my m times my x minus x1. I'm going to put the numbers in, just like I did before. The only difference is I'll have decimals. I can handle that. x1, y1. Every point's got an x and a y, right? This is my slope of negative 0.8. So I'll go y minus a negative 3.4. I got a double negative. I'll fix that. I got a double negative, but I'll fix that. Equals a negative 0.8 x minus 1.2. Okay, well, I don't mind decimals. If I can use a calculator, it doesn't scare me at all. Double negative, let's make that a plus. You guys okay with the plus? Minus a negative, we'll make that a plus. So I'll have a y plus 3.4, right? Equals, and I'll distribute. Gotta go that times that, and that times that. So negative 0.8 times x and negative 0.8 x. Negative times a negative is a positive. Let's see, 8 times 12 is what, a 96. So I should get a plus 0.96 probably. Hold on, 0.12. Quit. I should be able to do this in my head. Should. All right. 1.2 times 0.8, 0.96. Yep. I should believe myself. And then minus 0.34, minus 3.4. Who cares? I have a calculator. I don't mind decimals. They're easy. So I get y equals a negative 0.8 x. Let's see what's that going to be. Minus 3, a negative 2.04. Okay, so we can even do it with decimals. It doesn't scare me at all. As long as I have a calculator, I can do decimals, right? How am I doing? Okay. Turn the page. All right, now. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, now. Okay, number 2. So now, if all you have is 2 points, you've got to find the slope for. So if all you have is 2 points, it takes 2 parts to do it, or 2 steps. So this problem, if you only have 2 points, it takes 2 steps because you don't know the slope. So you have to find the slope first, okay? So it takes 2 parts. First, let's find our slope. Here's our slope formula. Let me highlight that. Slope formula, okay? Y is on top, x is on bottom, right? So right off the bat, I've got every point has an x and a y. First point, x1, y1. Second point, x2, y2, okay? First point, x1, y1. Second point, x2, y2. Because I need a y2 and a y1. I need an x2 and an x1, right? So let's see if we can do this. Slope. So it takes 2 parts. First step, let's find m, which means find the slope, right? Okay, m is equal to, well, let's check out our formula. y2, which is my 8, minus y1, which is my 5, over, I'm using my formula, x2, which is my 3, subtract x1, which is my 2. Okay, so I just plug the numbers in. x2, y2, y1, x2, x1. Okay, so then I get a 3 over 1, which is basically 3. Okay, so my slope is 3. Yeah, Jackson, question.
With the numbers being so close together, why couldn't you just say, like, find the difference? Like, the difference between 2 and 1 is a positive 1, and the 5 and 8 is 3, so then you do 3 over 1.
Nice job. That's completely right. Okay, yep. Let's move on. I don't want to confuse people. Yes, nice job. That's completely correct. You're looking for the difference between the y's and the difference between the x's, and that's what slope is, isn't it? Change in y over the change of x. Totally right. You need to take more math classes. Okay, now, if we have to find the equation line, right? We're going to find the equation line. We've got a point and a slope. You can use either point. We just need one point. I normally just use the first one because it's smaller numbers, okay? So, point slope formula. Okay, can you wait just a little bit? Oh, is it 2 p.m. right now? Okay. So, we've got a formula. It's our y minus y1 equals our m times our x minus x1, right? That's our point slope formula, right? So let's use what we have. We got our slope here. We have our point here. I'm going to go y minus 5 equals 3 times x minus 2. I plugged the m in, 3 in for m, the 5 in for y1, and the 2 in for x1 because I took it from the point and the slope. Okay, now I just need to simplify it. I'll distribute. I'll get a 3x minus 6, right? That times that times that. So I'll have a y minus 5 equals a 3 minus 6. Plus 5, I get a y equals a 3x minus 1. This line will go through both of these points. It really will. This line will go through both those points. Okay, last one. Let's just do the last one. I think we got it down, right? Shouldn't be too hard. Okay, example 5. Let's try this problem one more time. Okay, it takes 2 steps. Find the slope first and then use the equation. Okay, so slope first, m. So our slope formula was y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. That's my formula, right? That's my slope formula. Of course, it's up above the door as well. I mean, all these formulas are in this room somewhere if you look hard enough, but it's right above the door. So every point's got an xy, so this is my first point, so it's x1, y1. This is my second point, x2, y2, right? First point, second point, x1, y1, x2, y2. It's not that hard. So we'll plug it in. Okay, y2 then is 6 minus y1, which is 4, over x2, which is 1, minus a negative 2. Or Jackson said a difference of 2, and you saw a difference of 3, didn't you? Okay? So we get a 2 over 3, so 2/3. That's our slope. Now we need the equation, right? So remember I said it takes 2 steps. First step was to find the slope. I have that. Second step then is to use the equation. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Okay? Not bad. I'm going to use my first point. You could use either point. It doesn't really matter. So I'm going to go y minus 4, because that's y1, equals m, which is 2/3 x minus a negative 2. Got a double negative, right? See the double negative? So let's change that to plus. And I'll distribute 2/3 times x, 2/3 times 2. So I'll get a y minus 4 equals 2/3 x plus 4/3. I will get a 4/3. See the 4/3? 4/3. Okay, see 4/3? 4/3. But 4/3 is 1 1/3, isn't it? So then if I go plus 4, I'll get y equals 2/3 x plus 5 1/3. So the homework for today, right, Gianna, is page 109, 15, and 17, and page 120, 7, 17, 18, 33, and 52. How's that, huh? Yay.